quick moment. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hearts. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for joining us. This is Thrive in Light, and we are so excited to be here. I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to do one thing. It says that we're live streaming, but I'm going to record this so that we can be totally backed up. All right.
All right.
Beautiful hearts, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hearts. Ah, join me in this moment and let's take this moment to come inside. And the best way to come inside is closing the eyes. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to draw in a breath through your nose slowly. And I want you to hold it very gently at the top. Just hold it. And when you're ready, exhale and feel your heart relaxing. And at your pace, with your eyes still closed, I want you to keep taking breaths like that. Breathing in, holding for a moment or two, and exhaling. Now, with these eyes closed, I want your attention wherever it is right now to come into your third eye, into the center of your head. All the attention from the computer, from Zoom, from whatever, bring that to the center of your head. And then the proverbial elevator down. Drop that awareness. See it going down your spinal column, down your throat into your heart. And now your eyes that are closed are in the heart. And I want you to feel the energy of you. Take a breath, breathing in through this heart space. Where our attention goes, our energy flows. And this is just a brief pause in this moment now to open the heart simply by feeling the heart, feeling you. This is your energy. And now that energy, with every breath in and out through the heart, you are feeling it expand. And now I want you to send this energy in a wave or a feeling or a sensation to the brain, to your mind. Wow, feel your love in your brain. And just like that, beautiful souls, we can feel such a deep peace, such a connection, a relaxation. And as we go through our episode today, I invite you to remember this feeling, this centeredness. You know what this is? This is coherence. So just allow that space in the feeling of your love. And here we are, thriving in this light of you. Nothing or no thing or no one, no place can take this light from you, only if you let it. But this feeling here is fortified. Hold on to this feeling, stay centered here. And as we prepare to open our eyes and receive today's information and transmission, try to stay centered here as long as you can in our coherence field. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And wow, when you open your eyes now, you can feel the difference. Thank you for joining us today. I am so pleased to share with you Rachel Hansen. She is so brilliant in her studies. I call her an expert in quantum mechanics in the quantum field, simply because she is so well read and she is a student over 10,000 hours. And we know when we know something, 10,000 hours, we're an expert. And so we don't need a label like that, but we are going to experience what it means and what we're here to do. And so as I welcome beautiful Rachel, we are opening the gates to the summer solstice. Wow. So as we heard in yesterday's quantum conversation experience with Peter Tung, this time of the summer solstice is where the sun will seemingly appear to stop in its tracks for 3 days with no motion. That allows us to align with the solar codes from the great central sun. So thank you for opening your heart to these codes. Thank you for receiving them. And now I so want to welcome with big arms and an open hug, Rachel Hansen.
Thank you, Loren. It's, as always, I love being here with you and talking with you, and it makes it even better when we have people come in with us so that we can get it's not just a message, but it's a transmission. It's an elevation of evidence of what's changing in the world, of how things in our earth, in our cosmos, are being elevated. And it's saying, hey, come on, folks, it's time for you to do the same thing and come along for this really awesome ride. So I am so excited, and I really do want to welcome everyone. And I'm happy that everyone who's here has been drawn to do this work. And, maybe your ancestors, maybe your guides have been guiding you to this moment. This is the moment where we're going to talk about the poverty patterns that have plagued you throughout this whole our construct of patriarchy that we are exposed to, especially as women. And it's how it's gotten tied up into your lineage, for generations. And we can work on this and finally when we start dissolving these imprints and these patterns and these leftovers that get in your body, whether you've suffered scarcity and poverty in this lifetime or generational or both, we can start dissolving those, and it allows you to bring in so much more wealth and light and abundance. And so with that being said, before we get started, I always like, which you already kind of did, Lauren, I always like to open a quantum container that holds space for us. It's a place where we can do fine work, and we know it's safe, we know it's a sacred space, and it allows us to just settle in more thoroughly. So I'd like for you to settle into your chair, into your body, and into your breath. And this moment, and notice your breath. We're going to be breathing in safety. And we're going to be breathing out effort. You can close your eyes if you want. We're breathing in possibility. And we're breathing out resistance. And as we gather here today, we do so in a powerful seasonal threshold. We're approaching the summer solstice, the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, a time where the sun reaches its peak expression before beginning its gradual return. Throughout many traditions, This has been honored as a gateway of illumination, abundance, growth, and conscious creation. It also marks the sun moving into Cancer, which is the still point between the outward momentum and the inner reflective emotional focus. So this is the perfect time or season for us to go deep, to find our poverty patterns, our money wounds, our imprints, and clear them and transform them. It's a time of rebalancing, and the incoming solar codes gives us the vitality, the energy, and the sturdy masculine framework to hold us in safety, in love, and in order to do this deep feminine work that we need to do. It's the driving force that supports us and moving us forward. So if you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes. And the sun reminds us that we were never meant to hide our gifts. We're meant to radiate, to create, to nourish, and then also to receive. Today we open ourselves to the wisdom, vitality, and life-giving intelligence represented by this solar threshold. Imagine above you a radiant golden sun, not outside of you, within you, a living sphere of golden light suspended above your crown. This light carries remembrance. It carries possibility. It carries the frequency of expansion. It just flows to an expanded state of abundance, of receiving. It's easy and just happens. Allow the streams of golden light to gently pour through the crown of your head. Everything it touches as it moves down activates, aligns, and clears. Everything it touches becomes coherent and strong. So feel it through your mind, your third eye, your throat and your neck, down to your heart, opening it up to everything around you, flowing like a waterfall down into your solar plexus. Feel it illuminating you, every cell of your being. Feel it in your womb, your sacral area, your sacred womb wealth space. Feel it descend to your root, allowing every cell to remember that life was designed to support life. And now bring your awareness downward, down deep into the earth beneath you. Imagine roots extending from the base of your spine, through your legs, through the soles of your feet, down through the floor, through the soil, through the crystalline layers of earth. Feel the cool, moist earth with the inner warmth of the sun's vitality, and feel their harmony within your own body. Keep moving down deeper, connecting to the living intelligence of this planet. Keep connecting and feel it. Feel the ancient heartbeat. The ancient heartbeat beneath all things. The steady rhythm that continues no matter what is happening in the world above. As you connect with the earth, imagine yourself synchronizing with this natural rhythms of life. Grounded, supported, held, safe. The earth knows abundance. The forest does not struggle to become a forest. The river does not force itself to flow. Nature body to remember this. Remember. Bring this awareness to your heart. Begin breathing slightly slower and deeper. Imagine your breath moving in and out through the center of your chest. Breathing through your heart. Breathing into coherence. Breathing into harmony and into safety. As you continue this breath, bring to mind a feeling of appreciation, perhaps a person you love, a place in nature, a cherished memory, a beloved animal, a moment where you felt deeply connected to life. Allow that feeling to gently expand, simply allowing. As your heart opens, imagine the electromagnetic field of your heart expanding around you, filling the room. Connecting with the earth element below, connecting with the solar light above, creating a bridge between heaven and earth within your own body. You become the coherent field. You become the meeting place between spirit and matter. Between possibility and manifestation. Between intention and embodiment. And now, as we create this sacred container together, I invite each of you silently to set an intention. What does your soul want to receive? What are you ready to receive? What abundance is seeking expression? What ancestral stories need to be released? Take a moment and listen. Listen to what your body says. And as we move through the Sacred Wealth Codes experience, may this space be held in love, integrity, compassion, and coherence. Together we call in all the energies of our highest good. We call in our ancestors and our guides. And we create a field of pure love, pure safety, and pure transmission and transformation. May your nervous system soften and hearts open, and may old patterns release. May abundance be remembered as a natural expression of our alignment with life itself. And so it is. Take a breath. Feel the earth beneath you and the sun above you and the wisdom within you. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and welcome deeply to the Sacred Wealth Codes.
Wow. This is our
Uh,
birthright. I want to say this
yeah,
is our birthright.
it is.
Thank you for that. So, so many of us have patterns of trauma around money. And what's interesting is that Not only is it in our DNA from past lives, but it's also in our, okay, so it's from past lives, but it's in our DNA from the ancestral line
Through epigenetics,
and
yes.
through epigenetics. And one thing that I noticed is as a child, it seems so trivial, but I had rainbow sandals that I was so proud. I was 6 years old, and I remember the house we lived in, and I remember going to Kenny's shoe store. Remember Kenny's?
I do.
And I was with my mama, and we got these beautiful rainbow sandals. And we got home, and my dad, stepdad, um, was angry, alcoholic,
Yeah.
and made my mom take the shoes back to the store. And I said, no, I already wore them outside. You
Yeah.
can't take shoes out. I already wore them
Back.
outside. I was running around the cul-de-sac just wearing my new sandals.
Yeah.
We had to go in the car and give those shoes back.
I'm so sorry.
I know, because it put in a pattern. Well, it actually reinforced a pattern. But here's the thing. And so then I never wanted shoes as a teenager. All my friends were into shoes, but I'm like, I don't want
No.
shoes. I
Yeah.
don't need it. So that pattern developed into adulthood.
Uh-huh.
And then it turned into
They
used car or
grow
brand new
and
car.
morph
Into
into,
do you
yeah.
deserve a new car, or you're going to buy the belief that that's a waste of money as soon as you drive that car off the lot? So
Uh-huh.
why were our if a UFO lands and gives me a new spaceship, am I going to say that's not a used spaceship? I can't have it,
Yeah.
right? And so and then I married my husband 33 years next Friday, and he and I had the same patterns, and that we helped
Reinforce them.
in our life. And then
Uh-huh.
finally together, he and I put our foot down. When we went to heal this pattern, and I'm sharing this story so that others can remember their patterns and imprints. When I realized that, I used to think it was only him that had the poverty consciousness, but when I remembered it's both of us, we created this together. That
Uh-huh.
was when true healing began. And then I was with a girlfriend, and she's like, "Girl, we're gonna go buy you some shoes." And we got these really cool Skechers. And I
Uh-huh.
looked down after we bought them. I literally threw the shoes that I was wearing. They were really cool wedges, thong sandal wedges, but they were 20 years old.
Yeah.
And they looked it. She said, "Throw those in the trash." I threw those in the trash, and I wore these new sandals. And I'm in her car looking down at my feet, and I'm like, "Oh, these are the rainbow
You got
sandals."
your rainbow sandals. All right.
That shifted everything,
You
everyone. I
you
want to tell
don't
you
think
that
those
shifted so
little, they
much.
seem like little things and you don't think it makes a difference. You think it's trivial, but it's really not. It's yeah, it's just a shoe and yeah, it's just
The
rainbows.
energy of it,
But
though,
it's the energy of it. Yeah. So, there are so many stories like that that you
that
don't
just are
know.
so small, right? Just
It
little
makes a
tiny.
shift. It's like what I teach in quantum, the quantum intersection, when I talk about how we make little shifts, or big, huge shifts with itty bitty amount of energy. And it's the vector points, which is like that still point, that space between breaths, the stillness that you reach. And we use that vector. And it's like Jesus said, if you had the faith of a mustard grain, you could move a mountain. And that's pretty much, he was the first quantum physicist, and he definitely did some quantum stuff. But so this class, though, we're not going to go much into learning all the quantum mechanics and physics of things, but rather this class, it's about becoming. It's experiential, and together we're going to locate where poverty lives in your body. We're going to release ancestral patterns and imprints that have been interfering with your financial life and your abundance. And
Mhm.
then we're also going to work on recalibrating your nervous system to a wealth frequency through sound and the quantum transmission. I'm going to go straight into the field and do a direct transmission. And then we're going to see, so we're going to go through a journey, a travel. We're going to travel through. First, we're going to, okay, what's going on, body? And then when we find out what's going on with the body, then we'll be like, okay, how do we kind of go in there and find those things and release those things? And then after we release those things, we're going to put in our new frame of reference, which is going to be in alignment and in coherence with the wealth that's our birthright, the wealth that we all deserve a million times over, and then go from there. So, before we do that, though, we're going to do a quick exercise, which will be fun. I'm going to say a word, just one word. I'm going to say it pretty loud. Well, it might not be loud to you guys, but it'll be loud, energetically loud. It's going to be loud. And I want you to, right now, when I say the word, I want you to go ahead and place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. It doesn't matter which one's which, whichever feels natural. And then when I say the word, I want you to feel, so be noticing your body right now. And when I say the word, I want you to let it land in your system. Okay? The word is money. Now, notice. Where did your breath stop? Where did your body contract? And what emotion arose? Or emotions, usually it's plural. And this is your money body speaking. So let's listen. Say that word again in your mind. Say money. Say it to yourself. And
Oof.
you'll feel it. You'll be like, and it's funny. It's like, why do we do that? Why? And that shows the programming that we've got growing up like we did and what we inherited. And so we're going to go into body mapping. And this is where how we're going to find your poverty portals. And so we're going to do a money body scan journey. And so let's get started with that. I want everyone just to feel into your root first. We'll just kind of settle in, be grounded. All right, so we're going on a journey through your body. And we're going to find exactly where the poverty has been living and where it's been hiding in there. So you're like the archaeologist, but you're a body archaeologist on an excavation, and you're excavating your own body. To do this, we're going to dig around, we're going to clear away sand and debris, and we're going to unveil what hides beneath. Whether that be all your greatness and glory, which we know that's in there, but we're also going to find those dark little hidden spots of poverty and self-loathing and all that good stuff that we try to hide from. So to start this journey, we need to scan the land. In our case, we're going to scan the body. So just close your eyes for a minute and notice your breathing. With each exhale, drop deeper into your body. Breathe deeply and exhale. Starting at your crown chakra. Oftentimes, this is the place where limiting beliefs about money were installed or took up residence. The stories, the rules, the inherited programming, the beliefs you absorbed from family and culture, religion, school, society, especially the patriarchy, about what's possible for women or what's possible for someone like you. Notice any pressure or heaviness, tension or static or buzzing or like mental noise. You'll have thoughts in this space when it's through your crown chakra. It'll say, oh, I can't have wealth. People like me don't become wealthy. Money is hard. I have to struggle. Wealth changes people. It isn't spiritual to have money. You may notice your mind try to argue, justify, or maybe even defend these beliefs. But simply observe. What beliefs about money are taking up space in your consciousness? What ideas have you accepted as truth that may not actually belong to you? Allow them to reveal themselves. And just notice as they do reveal There's no judgment. This is just the scan. You're the archaeologist finding the artifacts. So we're going to move to your third eye. Imagination, possibility, and perception. This is where you learned what was possible for someone like you, where you inherited unconscious ceilings. It's where you learned to overlook opportunities. It's where you learn to dismiss your intuition. It's where you learn to stop dreaming beyond what felt realistic. It's where you learn to shrink your vision to fit the expectations of others. Notice if there's fog, if there's confusion, pressure, possibly a sense of limitation, difficulty imagining or seeing a different reality than the one you have now. Imagine, or it might be difficult to see yourself thriving in a different space. It might be difficult for you to trust yourself, to trust your inner knowing. Now imagine you're opening your bank app. You're going to check those finances on your phone or computer. You're looking at your balance. I want you to see it clearly. What's the balance in your bank account? Now, the balance is suddenly $1,000 in your bank account. Can you see that? Can you see the number $1,000 in there? What emotions arise? Now see $10,000. Can you see that number? Notice what changes. Now $100,000. That's a big bank account, $100,000. Observe your body. Notice any excitement, any fear, any resistance, any stories that come up with that. Now see $1 million. Can you hold that image? Can your nervous system tolerate it? Or does your mind immediately explain why that's impossible? Now imagine $10 million. What happens? Where does your vision blur out? Where do you stop believing? Where does possibility become fantasy? Where do you begin negotiating with your dreams? Simply notice, this isn't about money. It's about your capacity to envision and your capacity to receive and perceive abundance. It's about your capacity to allow yourself to imagine a larger reality. Notice where your upper limit lives. Notice where your vision stopped, and simply observe. The center of your truth, your expression, your visibility, your value, and communication. This is where your voice learned whether it was safe to be heard, whether it was safe to ask for what you need, whether it was safe to take up space, whether it was safe to charge for your gifts, whether it was safe to be seen. This is often where money wounds are worth wounds. Our money and our value wounds, they intertwine. That's where we're like, my value, my worth, throat constriction, pressure, a lump in the throat maybe, like when before you cry or something painful comes up that you can't speak. Notice a desire to swallow your truth. a fear of speaking your needs, a fear of being judged for what you say, a fear of being too much if you talk too loud, talk too little, talk too quietly, laugh too loud. Or perhaps it's a fear of being successful. Notice the places where you learned, don't ask for too much. Be grateful for what you get. Don't be greedy. Money doesn't grow on trees. Who do you think you are? You're lucky to have this much. Do you feel that? How each one of those things hit differently? Now imagine stating your true value out loud. How much are you actually worth? You know what the answer is? And you need to say this out loud right now. I'm priceless. I'm worth everything. I'm invaluable. Imagine naming your ideal to income. What is it? I make $10,000 a month. I make $100,000 a month. What is your ideal income? Imagine increasing your prices. Imagine, what if you just received a large payment, like someone just gave you a check for $250,000 and you just accepted that with ease and grace? Most of us have a hard time accepting a compliment of looking nice that day. And when we get things that big, it makes us really uncomfortable. Imagine being able to share your gifts with thousands of people. Notice what happens in your throat. Does it tighten? Does your voice disappear? Do you feel exposed? Or do you feel expansion? Observe all this without judgment. This center often holds the places where we silenced ourselves so that we could feel like we belong, so that we could be safe and belong to what everybody else thought. This is where we dimmed our light to stay safe. It's where we disconnected from our authentic expression. And so notice whether your throat believes it's safe to be visible, safe to be powerful, safe to receive, safe to speak your truth, and simply breathe. There's nothing to fix, only awareness, only witnessing, and actually it's remembering. Descending to your heart now. This center, it's the sacred vault. It's the sacred vault where memories of disappointment, betrayal, grief, and loss are often stored. The place where receiving may have once felt unsafe, where your hopes were crushed, where promises were broken, where generosity came with conditions, where love and money became entangled and also conditional. Notice if there is armor around your heart, a wall, a shield, maybe heaviness or numbness, and perhaps there is some sadness. Fear maybe of wanting and not receiving, fear of having something and losing it, fear of being seen and judged. Imagine abundance greatly knocking on the door of your heart. Can you let it in? Or does a part of you still believe it must protect itself? Simply notice. The way we find these things is by noticing these things. So now let's move down to your solar plexus. This is the center of your personal power, your confidence, your action, and your self-worth. This is the place where your relationship with visibility and success and leadership coincide with each other. And it's where feeling powerful with wealth may have become unsafe. It's where you learned, oh, don't outshine others, stay small. Don't make people uncomfortable. Who do you think you are? Notice any hollow sensation or tightness. Sometimes it feels like heat or fear or contraction, or it can be a sinking feeling, like a knot in your stomach. Now imagine you're receiving that large sum of money. Imagine people seeing your success. Imagine yourself being fully supported. What happens in your body? Does your power expand, or does it immediately collapse? Observe without judgment. So we're going to move down to the sacral center. This is the sacred wellspring of creation, desire, pleasure, life force and receiving, our womb space. It's where creativity and prosperity naturally dance together. It's where many of us learn to disconnect from joy in order to survive. It's where pleasure became associated with guilt and shame. It's where wanting more felt selfish. It's where receiving became uncomfortable. Notice any numbness or shame that comes up, emptiness, tension, a sense of depletion. Ask yourself, how much pleasure do I allow myself to experience? How much joy? How much ease? How much receiving? How much abundance flowing toward you effortlessly? How much could that happen? How would you feel if abundance was just flowing towards you effortlessly? Notice whether your body opens to receive it or instinctively pushes it away. Notice whether your nervous system trusts it with ease. So now let's move down to your root. This is the area that's command central for survival. This is the place where ancestral memories, scarcity stories, and survival adaptations often reside. The place where your body learned where it's safe, or you're going to survive, and what your instincts are, whether resources are available, whether your needs will be met. Notice any gripping, clenching, pressure, restlessness, hypervigilance. That feeling that you always need more, the feeling that there's never enough. You may be carrying not just your own experiences there, but also generations of survival strategies, your grandma's fear or struggle, the inherited wisdom of scarcity passed down through bloodlines and epigenetics seeking safety. Now imagine standing on solid ground. Imagine earth beneath you whispering, "You are supported. You belong. There is enough." Notice how your body responds. Can your root believe it? Or is it still bracing for the next crisis? Simply observe. Now notice, in all of these areas of the body that we just went through, where's the strongest sensation? Where did you feel it most? Where is poverty living most intensely in your body? Where is your nervous system holding the greatest charge? Place your hand there. Feel it. Where did you feel it in your body the most? Where was the most pronounced place? Put your hand on it and breathe into that space. This is your primary poverty portal. There's nothing wrong with you. But this is where your body has been protecting you and where your body decided to store it. And this is where we're going to begin. Remember this spot because we're going to go in there and work on it a bit and clear it. So as you sit there and feel into that, vision, now look behind you as you breathe into your poverty portal with both hands feeling it. This is a link. This is a link to your ancestors, to the inherited ancestral patterns. And see standing right behind you, first is your mother, then your grandmother, your great-grandmother, all the women of your mother line stretching back through time, your matriarchal lineage. And notice, look at them all. Just feel into them. Which one carried the same tension in the same place? Who first held this pattern? Look back through the line until you find her, the original wound holder. See her life. See what created this pattern. Was it that war stole everything from her? Was it betrayal that left her abandoned with children? Was it immigration that erased wealth? Was it marriage that took away her sovereignty and made her property? See it, feel it, and honor it. She survived by creating this pattern. It saved her life, and it saved yours by keeping her alive. But the danger is over now, and the pattern can retire. So before we release this pattern, we're going to spend a few moments with her. Look into her eyes. See her struggle and feel her strength. See everything she carried, everything she survived, everything she sacrificed, everything she endured so that life could continue through the generations. And ask her right now, what do you need most? What does she need most? Just listen. Does she need to be seen? Acknowledged? Forgiven? Held and loved? Appreciated? And asked to rest because she never got to? Just listen. And allow yourself to offer to her what she never received. Perhaps you simply sit beside her and let her know you're no longer alone. You don't have to carry this by yourself. You have done enough. Take a few breaths and breathe with her. And notice what changes. Notice where her shoulders soften. Notice where her expression changes. Does her jaw loosen? Whether her burden begins to loosen. And now the scarcity, the vigilance, the burden. And notice where it lives in your body. Notice where it lives in this lineage. And ask, are you ready to release what no longer serves us? And listen. feel it and notice it. And when you sense the readiness is there, when you sense that it's okay now to release, take in a slow and deep breath into that place where you feel it, gathering everything that was there, that was left there. Gather it all together, breathe into it, and it is complete. Everything that has served its purpose, everything that is ready to return to source. And as you exhale with a long, slow, steady one, return it all to source with love. Let it leave. And thank it for everything it taught you and for keeping you safe. Again, breathe in compassion deep into that place. Breathe it out. Clear. And simply release. One more breath. This time, breathe back through your heart space and through the entire lineage, through the whole mother line. Allow that breath to go through, and a long, slow exhale through the entire lineage through you. Allow generations of vigilance to soften. Allowing survival patterns to retire. Allowing the body to recognize the danger is over. Now, just breathe with that for a minute and return your breath to normal. And notice what is different. Notice what is softer. Notice what is lighter. And notice what is available now that the burden has been set down. What would she have wanted for you? It's obviously not what she feared. It's what she wanted. Most ancestors didn't want their descendants to struggle. They wanted them safe, fed, free, prosperous, and loved. Now the women of your lineage each place their hands on you, and they offer you a blessing. And they're saying, may you have what I could not. May you receive what I could not receive. May you prosper without guilt, and may you live without fear. May you carry forward the wisdom and not the wound. So everyone just sit for a minute and take a breath. We're going to tone into this because as we go through and release patterns energetically like that, what happens is we have a lot of layers of our bodies. So we have the physical body, the mental body, emotional body, and lots more loads of that afterward that go on and on. But when we release things energetically, we still feel it in our bodies, even though we're releasing it and it's located in our bodies. So we have to kind of work our way in there. And we got to release these through some toning and through, literally, we jiggle it on out, which that means wiggle, that means move. But that's how we get our cells to release. It gets flow of the fluids in our body in and out of our cells, which carry these, water has memory. We can go into that later. Lorraine, you know what I'm talking about with water having memory. And then we also know that our voices are very strong and very powerful. And so when we tone with some song bowls and with some other things, it literally breaks up all of these old stagnant spots and allows the healing to continue in all of our layers. So, let's take a minute before we move into the next section and check on everyone and see how everyone's feeling.
Oh, wow. Please share with us how you received that.
It
Wow.
can be kind of heavy, because it's deep work.
It's very deep work. And my mama,
I know.
mine was my mama. I was born and she was already divorced from my dad. And so a lot of her grief, I was a lot of her grief. And also her grandmother, who I never met. For me, it was in my solar plexus, which was very interesting. How did everyone do with that? Freedom is what my mother wants.
Freedom.
That was really powerful.
Because, well, as women, we haven't had that. We've had a pseudo freedom, patriarchy version of freedom, which is, we couldn't even like own land and have our own mortgage and have our own credit cards until like through the 80s and 90s. And I believe up until, if I have my dates, it started in the late 70s. In the late 70s, we're able to get a credit card without having a husband cosign. And then you could get a mortgage. And I believe it was still legal for your husband to rape you up until like the early 90s. I may have my dates reversed, but it was the 80s and 90s is where most of these changes happen, which is ridiculous when you think about it. That's insane.
You know what else I noticed? I wonder if other people feel this. Shackle unlocked. Yes.
Shackle unlocked. Yes.
Shackle unlocked. Carolyn says for her it was in her jar, infinity, abundance, and always is mine. I want to tell everyone the recording, listen to this again. You'll go deeper. And then you can even take it to your father's line.
You
I've
can't.
No, you can. You can. You said you can. Okay. Um,
Yeah, you can. You can go into your father's line too. That's why I mentioned bloodlines in there because that takes
yeah,
in the whole patriarchal line. Because a lot of these men, they're victims of patriarchy as well. And so it's not like they're
right.
set out to be bad. They didn't. But yeah, so
And one thing, there's guilt coming up.
guilt comes up a lot.
I found that interesting. And
Uh
it
huh.
wasn't about money. It was about when you said the ease and grace of like
Uh huh.
allowing it to come. I felt
You feel
guilty.
guilty. Yeah.
There's this program you have to work hard. You have to work
It's
hard.
it's so deep in there. That's one of the reasons I created this course. I was raised with severe scarcity, severe poverty. I was raised being told that I wanted to be a model, I wanted to be a dancer, and I wanted to be a doctor, and I wanted to have my own laboratory. And I was told that was absurd. I was a girl, first of all.
I'm
Girls can't do
sorry.
math. And then I was too stupid. I was too ugly. I would never amount to anything. I was worthless. I was literally told this as a child. And then as a
Wow.
teenager, I remember when I wanted to go to college, nobody in my family had ever gone to college or even graduated high school. I was the first person in my family to go to college, and I fought tooth and nail to get there. And I
Right on.
I was told, no, you need to marry a white man with a job and become a waitress and have kids. That's what I was told to do. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh no, I'm not. Oh no, I'm
Hmm.
not.
Hmm.
And here we are today. So I have been
Hmm.
through the poverty. I've been through, oh, more than I'd care to mention. But
Hmm.
it is so deep. And that was just this life. That doesn't encompass my mom's trauma and my grandma's and everybody else's, the depression and all that. But yeah,
Wow.
it's so it really does. That's why we have to take a break because to shift, because we have to let that kind of, we're doing it, but in real time we gotta which is why it
Yeah.
feels so good to do the right now. And so,
Ah,
are you guys ready to
yes.
go into some let it go? Let's together. I want
It would be
everyone to
fun
use
to
their
have,
voices.
yes, and it would be fun for people to unmute their
I
mics.
want everyone to unmute, and I want us
Let's
all.
make some noise.
We're gonna make some noise. And okay, toning is not about singing. It is not about oh, listen to my beautiful angelic voice, because I guarantee you the sounds that we need to make to jiggle this out through our body and release that needs to be made, you make that sound. I've had been working with women where I'm shaking them like this, they're shaking their hips and they're just like jiggling and they're like just ah, it's
Yeah.
whatever it is. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. And so I'm going to play the song bowls, and you just let it go. Okay? So we're going to do this together. And remember, the intention is we're going to vibrate the remaining poverty patterns out of your cells. So we need our cells going like this. We need that interstitial fluid and cellular fluid and blood to be flowing and coming in and out like that. So it feels intense, but we're changing your cellular frequency. And when we do that, your body starts behaving differently. And then your neurons catch on, and we start getting a great nervous system releasing and accepting pattern to where finally we're like, oh man, look at all this stuff flowing to me, and I feel okay about it. And then you'll get scared again and be like, ooh, what's that? But we do it, and you go around in cycles and layers. We're cyclical beings, okay? So let's start. So I'll count to three, and on three, everybody let it rip. And I'll start with our root chakra bowl C, okay? So
And
let's say
this is
one,
any tone, any
any
tone.
tone, does
It
not
doesn't have
matter.
to match.
Just
It
make
doesn't have
noise.
to.
Make
Okay.
noise. Hey William, I'm calling in backup and see if he wants to make noise and awe with us. William, you ready to awe? Okay, he is. Okay, one, two, three. Oh, I like it. Yeah, get down in there. And if you feel like jiggling while you do it. Move. You can move your shoulders, be like dancing over there. Dance or jiggle your middle. If you can do this too. Yeah. Yeah, so make the noise and get it in there. You want to move your body with it, and you want to feel the vibration through there. There you go. And now do a practice where you feel.
Say that practice again. You cut out there, Rachel. Say
Oh,
that practice.
so as you do your poverty dissolving, feel your cells. You got to feel them shake loose from scarcity. But as you do your move it up and down. Like feel it go to your head, move it down to your belly. Go up, go as high and as low and in the middle as you can. And if you got your tensing, if it's in your jaw, jiggle your jaws. Move them all around. Yeah. Get as silly as you can, because when you bring in the silliness and the joy, you get out of your own way.
Ah,
Okay. So seriously, I know that sounds ridiculous and silly, but
mm-mm.
it works. It's
Great.
actually proven science. But yeah.
It is. It's proven
Yeah,
science. I just want to reiterate
great.
that.
Yeah.
We're literally changing our blood. The
Uh-huh.
nitrous oxide,
Mm-hmm. And
oxytocin.
that
Yeah.
releases the that generations, and you can do that anytime. You know, you always see these movies where it shows like someone go to their car to scream, you
Yeah,
know, and it
yeah,
makes it
Or in
seem
a
like it's
pillow.
do
yeah.
it, do it, go to
Yes,
your car and make
yes.
noise. And I don't even care now if people hear me or think I'm crazy. That's fine. That's fine. And so now I want you to feel now. Where's your poverty portal that we just started with?
Don't
Feel it
have
now.
it.
Where'd it
I
go?
have it.
Where's your poverty portal?
I have it.
That programming where we went and did the body scan and you found it and your body somewhere. Now feel the space now. Feel the lightness. Feel the freedom. Do you feel the freedom? Okay. So that is,
Wow.
you don't expect that to happen, do you?
No.
Oh, she says her cat even got into screaming with us. I love my cats will help me when I'm doing distance healings and online sessions. My cat, his name is Tran, and he's all bright white with pink ears, beautiful kitty. But he loves sound healing and he loves distance healing. He'll come and place his paws on either side of my touchpad on my laptop, and he looks at the person, and he's intent, and like you can tell he's doing his laser beam eyes. But he
Yes.
does. He helps. He's one of the best healers around. Anyway, so our next segment is now the exciting part. So now we have space, right? We just released
Mm.
all this years of gunk buildup. So now we have space. And so are you guys ready for the quantum wealth transmission? So we can bring in these codes and
Wow.
start giving you new codes so we can anchor them. And that way I can give you a direct transmission of the wealth frequency, which will be like a quantum download, for lack of a better word. I always feel like that's too computery to say that, but I don't have another word for it. So if anyone knows
It's
words, let
a
me know.
well, it's a frequency,
It's a
and
frequency.
frequency carries information, and that is the
It's the
download
download.
that
Yeah.
will unpack over time, and hopefully we can accelerate that. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Everyone, mute yourselves.
Oh, yeah. Go back to muting. And so we're going to start with a couple of frequencies. And this, because uh, we need to get into heart opening, and it takes a combination of everything. So we're going to start with our hearts and our third eye. Now place your hands in a receiving position, palms up on your thighs or outstretched, whatever you feel as like if you're ready to receive. If you're going to receive something, someone's going to give you something, how are you going to reach out to take it? Get your hands in the receiving position, in receiving mode. And so now, okay, let's settle in. I want you to remember your heart coherence and bringing that attention you're receiving into your heart. Remember that coherence of our breathing at the beginning, our connection. Remember the bridge between the sun and the earth, and in our coherent field. I'm opening a portal. And this is the going to be a connection of entanglement of infinite abundance. Through this portal flows the frequency of sustainable wealth, natural prosperity that flows from being. It flows freely and easily. It feels good. It is light. It is the abundance of everything all at once flowing directly to you. It is the basis of what makes up our universe. And as the microcosm of the macrocosm, it is already there within you. We just have to entrain you to receive it and entangle you with it further. So now it's coming through. You'll probably start feeling it, a tingle in your head and in your belly at the same time, maybe one or the other. Can you feel it and can you receive it? And just stay in this space. Now we're going to have the liquid light. This portal is opened up above your heads. Liquid light, it's golden liquid light. It's pouring through your crown. This liquefied abundance, it carries the frequency of your birthright prosperity. It carries the frequency of your ancestors' reclaimed wealth. It carries the frequency of your future fortune that's already manifested. Feel it filling up your crown. It is upgrading your wealth consciousness. Feel it flowing to your third eye. It is activating your wealth vision. Now feel it move into your throat. It's unlocking your voice to claim worth. Now it's flowing down into your heart. Feel it expanding. Your heart can now receive. The armor is dissolving. You're safe to receive abundance. Now it's going into your solar plexus. Your power center is igniting. You can hold wealth now. You can generate prosperity. Oftentimes, we know how to receive wealth, but we don't know how to maintain it and hold on to it. But with this, you can now hold wealth. And now it's flowing into your sacral, into your womb wealth area. It is reuniting pleasure and prosperity, creation and abundance. Just feel that. Rock back and forth or move in circles if you feel like it. Help that liquid light, that liquid gold pour straight down. And now it's pooling in your root. It's giving you a new foundation of wealth. Safety with abundance. Your nervous system is recalibrating now. Your entire body is now vibrating at wealth frequency. Every atom is recalibrated and spinning in harmony. You are the frequency of abundance. And now we're going to anchor this into your nervous system. This is where the science meets the sacred. Your vagus nerve, the master nerve running from your brain to your gut, it controls whether you're in scarcity, survival, or abundance and thriving. And we're going to tone it for wealth. So place one hand on your throat and one hand on your belly, and we're going to hum together. We're vibrating the vagus nerve into the wealth frequency. You can unmute yourselves if you want to hum. This is going to be the M sound, just a mm. And wherever you want to do it, start high, go low, or vice versa, or in between, and start the humming. And so we're going to do it with the bowls. And I feel the vibration like running up and down your nervous system, letting it learn that wealth is safe, okay? Mm-hmm. Keep humming. All right. So that tunes your nervous system to prosperity, and your body will actually recognize wealth as safe and natural and inevitable now. And now there's one more thing for us to go through and experience, and it's about you and about your choices and how much our choices matter, and how much do these changes, are they going to stick? How do we make them stick? Because up till this point, our choices have been influenced by these patterns, these these belief systems, these imprints that have been left on us. So now let's go through this activation and see where you guys. Oh yeah, heat, sweating, all that is totally normal. And I try to be glamorous and pretty during these times, and I guarantee you I will be sweaty and gross. And the sweating too, it's how our body clears toxins. And when we're clearing this stuff, it's got to come out. You'll have to pee more, you'll sweat more. Just go with it. It's all good. It's part of, hey, we're human and that's what we do, and that's a healthy body. So good. So I want you to start your imagination. You can close your eyes if you want to, if that makes it easier. And I want you to imagine it's a normal weekday morning. You wake up in your current life. Notice your surroundings. What do you see? What do you hear? How do you feel? Notice the room and your body and your energy, and notice your thoughts. You begin your day moving. What emotion? Can you guys hear me okay now?
You begin your day.
Okay. So you're going through your normal routine and you begin your day. Notice how that feels. What emotions are present with that? What feels heavy? What feels frustrating or out of alignment? And now imagine suddenly a calendar, like those book day planner things. It pops in front of you, it appears in front of you, and the pages begin blowing around and turning wildly. And you see days go by, then weeks and months, and the calendar stops. And a year has passed. Your loved ones, with family, with friends, at the summer solstice celebration that you're hosting. And so as you're laying in bed thinking about it, you feel through these emotions. You Feel this excitement. But before you get up, you want to reflect on it. You reflect on the previous year and how you got here. You think back. You made a decision. You chose yourself. You listened to your heart, and you followed what mattered. You trusted yourself, and you released old survival patterns. You practiced receiving. You recalibrated your nervous system for greater safety, trust, and abundance. You remember the sacred wealth codes that you completed, and you thank yourself for going and doing the work. Now you notice your room, the light, the feeling in your body. You feel different, light and happy. You get out of bed and get ready for the exciting day ahead, and you love your life. Now it's later in the day, and all the preparations for the solstice celebration are done. Your loved ones are there. The sun is shining brightly. You can feel the warmth of the sun and the warmth of the love you're surrounded by. Everyone is proud of you for all that you have accomplished. Notice the conversations you're having. Notice the laughter. Notice how easy everything is. Notice everything that you have thought was impossible, and yet it wasn't. Feel that. Feel the awe. Feel the gratitude. And feel the joy. You spent a small fortune organizing the solstice celebration, but it just flowed so freely and easily, and you no longer worry about having enough. You have plenty, and enjoy sharing your abundance with others. You go to the bathroom, and where you smile to yourself in the mirror. Notice how you look. Look at your face. Look at your light. Look at how you look when you're abundant. Notice your poise and stance. You're standing differently. You're sovereign. You're grounded. You're breathing differently. It's deep and easy, not contracted. Living differently. You're abundant. You're generous. And you're free. That woman is not hoping for wealth. She is wealth. Now, you're back at the calendar pages again. This time, the pages start turning wildly once more. 3 years have passed, but in this time, nothing changed. You stayed where you are, where you were. You ignored your dreams. You convinced yourself it was too late, too risky, too difficult. Not enough of you, not enough time, not enough money, just not enough. Look around. What does that look like? How do you feel? What regrets are present? What opportunities were missed? Feel into it. Notice the difference. How painful is it? This isn't to judge or to shame. It's to understand. It hurts. It hurts when we ignore ourselves and we abandon ourselves. Now return to the future that felt alive. Return to the future that felt true, that is true. The future that felt possible. Step into that version of yourself. Imagine this future version of you turning towards you. That woman who was smiling in the mirror turns and smiles at you because she remembers exactly where you are today. She remembers the fears, the doubts, the scarcity, the nights of wondering if things would ever change. And she wants you to see something. Look around her life. Really look. Everything you're seeing now was built one decision at a time, one healing at a time, one act of self-trust at a time. The choice to receive, one choice at a time. Nothing happened overnight, but everything changed. And now she reaches for your hand and says, "Come with me." Go with her. Step into her world. Feel it. Experience it. Notice what it feels like to be her. To live as her. To breathe as her. To trust as her. To receive as her. To celebrate as her. And most importantly, to know that the life you're witnessing is no longer a possibility. It is an available future. So take a breath and anchor it into every cell of your body. This is the direction your soul is moving. This is the life that becomes available when survival is no longer running the show. Breathe it in. Receive it. And step forward into her body. Merge with her. Download her frequency, her knowing, her embodiment. And let your body remember that you feel your confidence. You feel your peace. You feel your power. And when you're ready, you can begin returning and remembering that you are her. You're no longer becoming, but you're being. The timeline has collapsed into this, and you're living from a wealth consciousness now. So before we complete, let's embody your new frequency. Stand up if you're able. Feel your feet on the earth, on the ground, or wherever. And I want you to do your wealthy woman stance. For me, the wealthy woman stance is like Wonder Woman. Back when she'd stand like this with her hands on her hips, I do the Wonder Woman. That's my wealthy woman stance because I am secretly Wonder Woman. Anyway, so, and say out loud with me. Say it out loud. I am wealth embodied. I am abundance activated. I am prosperity personified. This is who I am now. And finish that with just, I am. And feel all that clicking into place, like your identity, your wealth consciousness is online. Okay, so how does everybody feel now?
Woo-hoo!
I'm getting silence.
Wow. Okay. Fresh, alive, invigorated, powerful, unlimited, sovereign,
Yeah.
vivacious, courageous,
So,
happy,
yeah,
free. Wow.
it's again, all this seems pretty simple when we do it, but do you ever stop to think to put it all together? You know, and most of us don't even know to. We don't even know that stuff is there.
Yeah.
And so no one ever told us or taught us how, which is how this came to be because I got that because I wanted to know. And I think other women need to know too. So what
You
actually
know,
just happened in your body is you were able to locate and release specific poverty patterns that was stored in your tissues. You were able to clear ancestral trauma out of your nervous system. You received the frequencies, the wealth codes at a cellular level. You recalibrated your vagus nerve to abundance frequency, and you merged yourselves with your wealthy future self. So it wasn't just meditation. This was actually somatic, like instructing, reprogramming. Your nervous system will be in a measurably different state now. And so you might
beautiful.
feel as what's you're going to keep this is going to keep going on. It's not just like a done, you're going to keep over the next week, you're going to be integrating. And so you
You cut out again. You're going to be integrating.
it
Nope.
better.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
there you
goodness,
are.
what is
There you are.
going
There you
on with
are.
this?
There you are.
Okay.
We're going to be integrating for another week.
Yeah, and so you'll feel tingling, which sensations, which are like new neural pathways forming.
Ooh.
Spaciousness, which means that's like where the old patterns are gone. So you're like, whoa, what is all this space? And then you'll feel warmth. That's the abundance frequency. And oh, this is the good one. You're going to feel magnetic. So frequency waves, they come in like a couple of forms. They're either magnetic or electric. And so one of them goes up and down, one of them goes sideways, back and forth. And so as we adjust those, it makes your magnetism increases and it makes the spiral around you. And you just start drawing all this stuff to you. It's really cool. And so
No force necessary.
none at all. It is easy. It just does it out of a state of being. It's just, it's physics. It's how it works. Yeah. And so,
And so can we just go back to the
yeah,
hum, the hum,
the hum.
will that bring us into that
Uh huh.
frequency that, okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and anytime you need to revisit that or do a do over, or if you feel these intrusive patterns, these thoughts coming, oh, hey, you missed me over here, just hum it out, start humming, go play this replay and work back through it. Because what happens, you'll have a different poverty portal show up another spot in your body. There's more than one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's good
Yeah.
to know. But you
Yeah.
know what? What is significant about this work is that this is such an awareness now.
It
Like
is.
the feeling of it. Everyone, don't forget this. Don't forget it. Remember this feeling and call on this feeling. Reach for this feeling. Wow. It's almost effortless.
It
It's
is.
that frequency that we have just
Uh
downloaded,
huh.
that we felt the heat. I felt the heat. Now I'm kind of
The
chilly.
heat. Yeah.
Now I'm kind of chilly as it integrates, but wow. All
You'll
right. And
have like the
so
chills where you have like the chills, but you'll be hot at the same time. It's almost like, when you have fever, but you don't feel sick with it. You feel movement. You feel it's
it's
like it's
because
like you've got
things,
icy hot or Bengay on.
yeah, it's movement of energy.
It's
It's
movement.
definitely movement of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. What a beautiful experience today, and what a gift. I hope everyone receives this. The
Me too.
sound was great. I mean, in the beginning it was like an issue, but it was not an issue. You repeated things. So this recording that we all created together with your voices is ready for us to listen to again whenever we want it. And it's going to meet us at that next level.
It will.
So if there's another poverty portal, you'll find it. If there's another ancestral lineage line, you'll find it. This
Mm-hmm.
was so powerful today. And notice how we feel. We feel light, empowered, strong, confident, courageous, no worry. Like when we were doing something and you said, think about money. Like I go back when you said money, there was
Yeah.
like a little ooh, and there was something about like, ooh, there's not enough. Is
Yeah.
that there anymore? No, it's
Yeah.
gone
Okay.
for
Let's
me.
let's do it. Okay.
Yeah,
Put your hand on your heart and your belly, and I'm going to say it. Money. How does it feel now? It
gone for
didn't.
me.
It
Good.
didn't have
Gone
the
for
this, did
me.
it? It didn't have the.
No, it didn't have that.
Yeah. It's
Earlier, someone said they smiled. Let's all smile when we hear about money. And remember this, years ago, over a decade ago, someone said to me, money is the prana of the earth plane.
it is.
We need it. For now, we need it.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it. Build your
Well, and it's just
relationship
energy.
with it.
It's
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 just energy. Oh, you're cut out again.
going on with this.
There you go.
I think it's this new computer that I have. It's
It could
got
be.
some sort of overriding thing, and it's not letting my digital audio workstation interface properly. And I'm gonna go rebuild my old computer because it worked great. So we're gonna, yeah,
It could be something with your graphics card, because I know what that's like. If it's Windows
yeah.
10 or if you upgrade it to Windows 11, we're not going to do a computer technician thing here,
Oh
but
gosh, no, we're gonna,
changing
yeah.
technology.
So I've been fighting with this one, trying to get it to work right because I have like
GP,
really great equipment, but this computer is killing me. Yeah,
GPU accelerator, check that out too. That might be something to
might be
turn
it.
off on
I've have
Zoom.
to when I'm working on my videos, I got to turn that off in Premiere or it won't do right.
Ah, yeah, okay. No, it's not an interconnection. Okay.
Okay.
One thing I want to think about is you smiled. Debbie says, I smiled a lot when you talked about how the bank account increased. At this moment, I felt calm and peaceful. You know
Yeah.
what? Play with your own bank account and add a zero to it before you look at it. Before you look at your bank account when you get online or on your
Mhm.
app, look out the window and feel this
Mhm.
feeling of abundance, and then imagine an extra zero in there, and then
Yeah.
look at your bank account. I'm telling you, that's a trick that is
You know,
quantum and it
the bank
works.
whole bank account thing, you know how that came up for me? It was a long time ago. And of course I was like, "Oh man, what am I going to do? I can't pay these bills. You know, we don't even
Hmm.
have food. What are we going to
Hmm.
do?" And I was in the shower, and this is what's going through my head. And I was like, "Well, okay, hold on." You know, the shower thoughts. It's always my inspirational time. And I'm like, so I started thinking about money, and I started literally like I have Wells Fargo, so I was like looking at the Wells Fargo app on my phone in my mind, and I'm like, okay, here's a zero, and I kept adding zeros till I got the fuzzy and the blur. And when did it go out? And I was like, that's actually, and I didn't realize like I could understand $1 million like as a number mathematically, but I couldn't. It got foggy when I tried to see it in my bank account as the balance, and I was like, I didn't realize there was a disconnect there, and I had to
Hmm.
work through that. And I was
Hmm.
like, I bet nobody else knows that either. And you know, that doesn't take. It doesn't matter how much education you have, like going to university or whatever. That you don't learn that there. that's that's the school of hard knocks education. But yeah,
And I also want to say, dream big, everyone.
yeah.
Now we dream big. And now, okay, this is from Abraham Hicks. Some of you may
Okay.
have heard it before. I share it a ton. Um, Play the money game. Every day, give yourself $1,000. The next day, give yourself $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Do it for a month and spend that money every single day on something. What
Yes.
you'll find is very, very interesting. Once you start taking care of your needs and your wishes and your desires and the house and the blah, right? All of it,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna turn into a philanthropist. It's
You do.
so amazing that then we start looking at how we can help the world. To
Yeah.
me, that is the big, and that's where money's gonna flow to you because
Mm-hmm.
when we have that why, then it flows to us. I'm getting goosebumps just
Me
thinking
too.
about that. So everyone, this is our power, but
Mm-hmm.
first clearing out the drudge, clearing out the debris of all the lineage and our lifetime here and past lifetimes
Mm-hmm.
and programming about money. And
Yes.
so when we look out at the world that is being run by oligarchs right now, how do we
Mm-hmm.
feel about that? This is even how deep it goes.
Uh-huh.
So just be very aware of our thoughts and stay in touch. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. There's beautiful. It's 4:44 in Canada. We love
All
those
right.
numbers. And so we are going to wrap up. Thank you. We are complete with this workshop. I invite everyone to do it again. You have felt the power in this,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very powerful. And now that we're complete with this, I want to share an opportunity that you have to work with Rachel. You've experienced what she's like. She has a number of programs on New Earth One Network. In fact, next Friday, she's got a nervous system reset. You can find that online. That is
Mm-hmm.
a program that you can jump into anywhere. It's like it says part two, but you do not need
It's
part one. It's
yeah.
wonderful.
The whole series will have 8 different parts, each one pertaining to a different aspect of of things in the nervous system. Different parts. They're obviously they build on each other, like in a way that if you take them all, you're going to get a more profound transformation rather than just doing one thing, because we're layered beings. So it's all the layers of the nervous system. Next week is the sacred nervous system reset, where we go in and release trauma imprints. So for trauma wounding and things like that, and it's We do that one actually has some toning and some. Oh, that one has a lot of fun stuff in it. That one's a good one.
Excellent. And then
Yeah.
that's next week. And I want to say that Rachel, I know Rachel's background. She took a training with us and is just a rising star. And she's lived through it, everyone. She put these tools in her own life, and we're not going to go into her details, but she's been through some stuff, okay? She picked herself back up. She put the pieces back together. She's
I
helped her
started with
brother,
nothing and
and her
rebuilt.
brother went through something very traumatic as well. She helped her brother, and her brother said, "Wow, nobody could have done that." Doctors around her brother, and her brother said to her, "You changed me. You helped me." And so I just want to share that because Rachel's the real deal. So, another way that you can work with Rachel are the sacred wealth codes. And the same page that got you here is the page that you can, I'm going to put the link in our Zoom, but the same page that got you here is where you can get this course. The Sacred Wealth Codes and Abundance Recalibration is a 4-week program and it starts in July. Tell us about this program, and I'm dropping the link right now in the chat.
Right. So we go through, we meet once a week and we'll have like a community chat where you have direct access to me and the other people in the program so that we can talk about it and get questions answered and work through stuff. And so the first week we meet and we complete the poverty excavation. We go back into being archaeologists again and we excavate the rest of your body and we map out the different portals that you have, the different poverty portals in your body. And we clear each one with specific somatic practices based on what's going on with them. And then we end up releasing your entire ancestral money line, and then we work on and anchoring your abundance foundation. We get that foundation clear. So that's where we'll go more into father lines and mother lines, because we need that combination of masculine and feminine. That combination is what really is awesome, and that's what we get with the sun and the earth around this time period. So this is like the perfect timing, like where the sun is and the earth and the planet. It's like we're in alignment right now. So perfect timing for this course to take place. The following week is the nervous system expansion. What a lot happens to a lot of people, I know so many people, my brother being one of them, they can make money like crazy. And they make money and make money. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And as soon as they make it, it's like water. It slips through their fingers. They do not know how to hold on to it. So people don't know how to have money. A lot of people don't even realize there's a difference between making money and having money. How do you have money? So, week 2, we expand your nervous system to expand your wealth window, which is your capacity to hold money. And then we're going to work on that's where we're going to put in the 5 somatic wealth codes. And then we're going to activate your receiving channels. And then you're going to embody the millionaire nervous system, which is really cool. And you're going to be like, what is a millionaire nervous system? When you feel it, you're going to be like, oh, okay. And then the week 3, we go deeper into ancestral wealth. All of the ancestral wealth, the reclaiming of that. So it's going to be the retrieval of stolen wealth from your lineage. It's going to any poverty curses or anything that was laid on you or laid on your line. And then we all have abundance ancestors that may have been, shut down like we were. They may have had their voices shut down. So we release and activate your abundance ancestors, so that brings it in from that line. And then we heal the mother wound around money. And that mother wound, that wounding around being seen and around women, and that mother wound that we have, we heal that with money, around money. And then at the last week, we do the identity embodiment. And that's where you become the woman who naturally generates wealth. Then you'll have automatic abundance behaviors. Instead of thinking, oh, I have to be abundant, instead of trying to force manifestation and force abundance, it just is. It's just done. And your magnetic presence becomes more magnetic, and you start magnetizing everything to you. And then you embody your sovereign queenness. It's a very deep transformation in body and mind. It's a becoming.
It's a becoming. So if you are ready to do this work, it's deep, intense work and effortless when you really learn it and work it. Effortless.
It's
Uh,
effortless.
and it's
We
deep.
do have to do the
It's
work like
deep.
we did today.
You
We
have
got to go
you
in
have to
there.
do the work. You have to do the work. You
Yeah.
do. You have to find it. You have to feel it to release it. And Rachel is a perfect guide for that. There is a payment plan for
There
that.
are, yes.
And if anyone needs a different type of payment plan, please reach out because we want this to be easy for you. And this comes with recordings. Everything's recorded, so you can
And
access
there's a
that
ton of
later.
class materials too that come with it.
Rachel is very expansive on what she shares. She's dynamite,
Yeah.
actually. So looking forward for that. All right.
But
There's also,
oh,
did you want to say something else?
oh no, go continue, continue.
Well, there's also personal sessions with Rachel. So on the link in the Zoom, if you scroll to the very bottom, you'll see an option for a personal session. That is something that's very valuable as well. And if you find that beneficial, you're invited to take her up on that opportunity as well. One-on-ones, as we know, allow us to just cut through the chase and get to the real core of the issue. So that's available for you as well. And then finally, this is the bigger picture. And this is not for everyone, but this is for those who are in the healing arts already. Maybe you have a business and you want to expand on it. This is the coherence code, the coherence program, and it's very in depth and it's for serious takers. Tell us about the coherence code.
Well, the coherence code, it is it's an 8 week long program. It is, I'm an IPHM, which is the International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine. I'm an accredited teacher, and I can offer accredited certification programs so that you become certified through them as a professional practitioner that's recognized internationally, which is really cool. So you get a very validating credentials, but you do put in the work to receive those. This is going to be for people who want to go into practice and helping and doing this type of work
Mhm.
for others. You can start with your family and friends, and then if you want to expand into a practice, I take you through everything. We learn quantum mechanics and quantum physics, quantum healing, and the different various forms and aspects of the research that what's shown now on quantum healing. Through from like people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Richard Bartlett, Dr. Robert Gilbert, Lynn McTaggart, all these different varied people. I've learned and studied with all of them. It's going to be for people like, energy healing works, but you can't really explain the why behind it. A lot of us, we've learned Reiki over here and crystals over there. And so we have all these conflicting modalities with one teacher said this and another teacher said that, and they don't really fit together. In this, I teach you how they all fit together into one coherent flow that works really well on healing and
It works really well on healing and
yeah, on the transformation. We go into healing because we want to help people transform, whether that be physical problems or mental or emotional or whatever we're having. And so we learn how to put these different modalities together into one coherent program that gets profound transformation with the people we work on.
if you are ever and I love this topic because I've experienced it myself. I did this 5-hour meditation. I'm not going to go into it, but all I know is I'm very serious about this. And to me, it's the most important thing. It's the only thing that we should be doing in our lives
Yeah.
is working with the quantum field and truly understanding what the quantum field is. And so this is for practitioners. This is a practitioner certification. And if you want to work with Rachel, take her up on this. Again, there's 3 and 4 payment plans on that. This program starts in October, so there's
Mm-hmm.
plenty of time to get yourself prepared for that.
Uh
But
huh.
check it out and feel into it and email Rachel, email me,
Yeah.
and I can get in touch with Rachel if you have questions on this.
Mm hmm.
And we may bring you back for another experience to talk more about this eight
Yeah,
week program certification, because it's for the leaders to do exactly what
it
you do.
is.
This is
And
where we're new earth leaders and we step up. We
yeah,
step up
and
and
so
assist.
we not only learn all about this cohesive, coherent field and how to apply it in daily life and how to apply it to our clients, but I also take you through everything and how do you do this as a business? How do you do this and charge enough for it? How do you do this and not become burnout and exhausted? How do you set up a business? how do, so
How do you charge the right
how do you
fees?
do all
How
that?
can you recover your investment in just a few months
Uh-huh.
using this
And so the
system?
last week, it's 8 weeks long, and the last week we go over, I call it the quantum biz blueprint. So we get there, we put together a 90-day launch plan, and we go through, and I provide all of the waivers, all the templates, all the forms they need to start a business. So your client intake, your client history, your all the intake that you have to know about someone to work with them legally as an accredited professional. I have all that already put together for everyone. So it's really easy. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I already have the wheel and I'm giving it to you.
See that? That's
Yeah.
powerful. So if you've ever tickled your fancy about this sort of work, this is a beautiful opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Explore that, please. Check it out. All right, everyone, we're
Yes.
going to make sure that you get the replay to this. Watch your
Uh-huh.
email,
And
and we
do I have
will,
time to do
yes.
a closing blessing?
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
so perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And then when Rachel's done, we will play some calming exit music for
Yes.
everyone. Thank you, everyone. Happy solstice. May you receive more light codes and shine your radiant heart for our beautiful planet. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel.
So before you go, please receive this blessing. May your poverty patterns remain dissolved. May your wealth codes continue activating. May abundance flow to you with ease. May your nervous system remember this frequency, and may you be a beacon of prosperity for all. Place your hands on your heart. The transformation that began tonight continues. Every cell is upgrading. Every breath is deepening the recalibration. You came as someone struggling with ancestral poverty, and you leave as someone who has tasted their wealth frequency. This is irreversible. You can never go fully back to scarcity consciousness because you've remembered too much. You've remembered who you are. Thank you for your courage to heal yourself and also your entire lineage. Your abundance healing ripples backward and forward through time. You are the one your ancestors prayed for. You are the one your descendants will thank. You are wealth itself, remembering. Bless you.
This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in unity consciousness. Visit newearth1.com. Bye, beautiful hearts. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.